referenced anxiety in your prayer, as well as hope and expansiveness in dreaming about the future. And if there isn't any anxiety, then I don't think you're dreaming big enough. Risk and trying new ways is part of living into God's future. And if we're not, feeling a little bit uncertain about what that's going to look like, we're not being faithful in following Jesus. So I wish you all the best in your exploration. You're doing the right thing, so keep it up. Let me say a little bit about the Episcopal Church. We're not a national church. We're an international church, and we have been for a couple centuries, really. We sent missionaries starting in the early 1800s to many other parts of the world and helped to start other parts of the Anglican Communion that are now their own provinces. The Anglican Communion, you probably know, has 38 separate provinces around the world. Most of them are national churches. Some of them are regional churches. And a couple of them, like this church, are multinational in their character. We exist as the Episcopal Church today from Taiwan and Micronesia to several dioceses in Latin America and the Caribbean, including Haiti, which is our biggest diocese numerically. Somewhere between 110,000 and 150,000 Episcopalians. They have 169 congregations, and I think about 37 clergy. And 254 schools that serve about 80,000 students, from little ones to university level. My sense is that across the Episcopal Church, we are entering a new chapter. And you're doing your part of that right here at the moment, thinking about the next chapter of leadership in this place. We're shifting from as a church, particularly in the U.S. context, we're shifting from an existence as part of the establishment to something that's a lot more like the early church. And I'll talk about this in my sermon today, but as a generator of transformation. We're not engaged in maintaining status quo. We're thinking about God's new and developing and unfolding future, and we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. And that does produce anxiety for some people. But when the church has grown in faithfulness and spiritual depth, and sometimes in numbers, it is because it is engaging God's emerging future. And that's what's happening across the Episcopal Church today. I think it's the most exciting time to be an Episcopalian in the last 300 years. I'm really serious. We're learning new things and developing new things and maintaining the best of our tradition in the process. And it looks a little different depending on where you are, and that's a good thing. You remember that the hallmark of the English Reformation was that worship, at least, ought to be done in a language understanded of the people. So that's what we're working at.